YouTube. Got my GoPro app on my phone, checking the camera angle. All right, so we're coming at you here live today, Shan the Man. Gotta turn my music down. I can't concentrate talking at the same time. All right, hang on, let's try this again. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Shan the Man coming at you with a how-to stunt YouTube video. We have been talking about doing these for a very long time now, so I finally brought it upon myself. We are out here in the lot today in beautiful San Antonio, Texas. It is a gorgeous day, and I want to make a little video for you guys, trying to help you guys answer some questions. So today, we are going to be covering the clutch lever, when to use it in circle wheelies, guys, because a lot of people have been asking me an Instagram message, so like, what RPMs do you use it? When should I use it? So I'm gonna ride around a lot here today, and I'm gonna try to cover what I think clutch lever today. I'm gonna be trying to give you guys some pointers on when you should use it in wheelies, circle wheelies, all that fun stuff, because I get asked a lot of questions in the Instagram DMs, YouTube comments, all that stuff, about when should I be touching the clutch lever. And the short answer and the not easy answer is almost all the time. So you are going to be using this clutch lever heavily, guys. So I fortunately grew up racing two-stroke dirt bikes, riding YZ250s, and anybody that's raced motocross knows that a YZ250 is a rather difficult motorcycle to actually race. And I grew up in the North Woods. We had a lot of sand tracks and stuff, so I was doing a lot of clutch feathering as a kid. So I always rode one finger on the clutch all the time. You're going through a third gear sand turn, you're using the clutch, you're feathering the clutch, keeping that bike in a very narrow power band. So I fortunately came from a background where I have ridden most of my life on motorcycles that require a lot of clutch input and a lot of clutch finesse. Started on 125s, then 250s. So both of those motorcycles being two strokes, they require a lot of clutch input to keep them, like I was saying, in their power bands and in the sweet spot of where those motorcycles like to be ridden. So that transferred very easily, I should say, very quickly, that transferred into my stunt riding career, where I was taught right away, keep your one finger on the clutch at all times, because you're gonna see here shortly, you are using the clutch pretty much constantly here riding wheelies, guys. So everything from as simple as, we'll give you guys a real basic clutch up here. So I just clicked it into second gear, so we're just gonna cruise along, grab a little gas, and just dump the clutch in, just like that. We're doing a wheelie, a little bumpy. That was a terrible wheelie, but jump up on the seat here, do a seat stander, clutch it up. You can see, just guiding that thing right up. But I'm always keeping my finger on the clutch. I'm obviously not using it at this point in time because I'm going fast, doing some straight line wheelies here. So just doing straight line wheelies, you're gonna use that clutch to just clutch yourself right up. So that's obviously the big, how do I wheelie? So you don't, if you wanted, let's demonstrate what that would look like without the clutch. So if I'm just second gear, yapping a bunch of gas, it's gonna come up really fast and uncontrolled. So I can slow this motorcycle down, pull in that clutch, dump it out, and grab a little bit of throttle at the same time. And that's just perfect clutch up right there. Just let out that clutch, little bit of throttle at the same time. I'll drop this down again, give you guys a nice one. So we're just gonna pull in that clutch, and at the same time we're popping the clutch. We're not, if you can hear me, guys, I'm not starting with the motorcycle. Let me spin around here. There's people at this end of the lot doing tricks. So if you guys can hear, when I have the clutch pulled in, I'm not sitting with the RPMs. I'm not revving the motorcycle while the clutch is pulled in and then dumping it. That is a huge red flag. Big no-no, guys. That's gonna end you in a pit. You're gonna loop out fast doing something like that. So that's not how you should be learning clutch up. So you'll notice I'm actually jumping up onto my seat stander here. So I'm pulling in the clutch, and at the same time that I'm popping my clutch, so I'm already cruising with some speed. I don't have a speedometer, but I'm probably going about 20 miles an hour or so. I'm pulling in the clutch, but I have no throttle, right? So no throttle. I was running out of parking lot. We'll spin around here again, show you guys. So I'm getting the motorcycle, just cruising it along, pulling in that clutch. I got no throttle right now, and as I dump the clutch is when I'm getting back on the throttle. It's all one motion. So you see, I'll try to show you guys again. So we're going, clutch is pulled in, popping clutch, going throttle, same time. You're not starting with the motorcycle revved out. You're not going and doing that, because you'll see, look how much faster that came up. I obviously know what I'm doing so I can handle it, but you're gonna wanna start no throttle, pop the clutch, throttle at the same time as you roll into it, nice and smooth. So just practice that motion in your garage. You know, you have the motorcycle off, practice popping the clutch and rolling in the throttle at the same time. And that's pretty basic, pretty standard first wheelies using the clutch, guys, right there. So I'm gonna move along now and dive into some circle wheelies here and kind of show you guys a little bit more. So I got the idle turned up now. I'm gonna click this thing into first gear. I don't have a speedometer, I just go off a feel. Like I said, I grew up riding dirt bikes that they don't have speedometers. You go off the power band and off of how the motorcycle feels. So I've been doing this a long time. I don't need a speedometer. I can hear the motorcycle. I feel it's about probably sitting at about 3,000 RPMs or so. And in first gear, I'm gonna pop this clutch up. All right, so we're doing some circle wheelies now, and you'll see I come back, boom, right there. I already just hit the clutch, so I'm gonna try to show you guys. So it's like there is no answer. It's not when the bike dips below a certain RPM or anything like that. I gotta get out of the way here. So like even that, to shut down the wheelie, I'm pulling in the clutch. There is just so much clutch usage in this stunt riding game. It's absolutely crazy. I'm very blessed to come from a two-stroke background. I think it made a huge progression, huge help, made it a lot easier. So right now, guys, let's show you. So right now, like, I'm feathering it the whole time. When I get that motorcycle comes too far back, and I want the bike to stop hard to make the brakes work better, you pull in that clutch, you kill the engine, your brakes are gonna be double the power. So like if I just pull my hand off the clutch lever, for example, so right now I got no clutch, I pull that motorcycle back, you see, I can kill it, but that's what happens. So you see I killed the motorcycle. So the bike dropped below the RPMs that it was able to run, and that's what happens. So I'll demonstrate what should have been done. So you clutch that thing up, you're coming up, boom, little clutch tap right there. That just kept it in the RPMs that it needed to be. And if you had a motorcycle with a gauge cluster, you would obviously see where it was staying at, but you can just hear that bike. So if I get off the brakes and I try to bring that thing back, oh, the RPMs are just lugging. You gotta get so much more on the throttle, and my brakes are getting hot right away. You're overusing them. So if you're not using the clutch, you're gonna be relying much more on your brakes to slow you down. So your brakes are gonna get hotter, and you're gonna be stalling the motorcycle a lot more, like you saw what I did there. I'll demonstrate it again here. I'll give you guys another stall. I'm trying to just ride out of everybody's way right now, filming this video, so I'm not being a squid in the middle of the parking lot, crashing on purpose. All right, so I turn my idle down a little bit to demonstrate this easier. So we're gonna clutch this thing up. So if I'm not using my clutch at all, guys, right? So this is gonna blow. This is so harsh on my fork seals, but it's okay. We're doing it for you guys. So for me to not use the clutch, I have to take my hand off of it because I'm just trained. My muscle memory is just locked in on using that clutch. So if we're getting that motorcycle's coming, you know, way back, and we start getting it real slow, right? And we're not, oh man, we don't have the clutch pulled in, boom, dies. So the RPMs dropped too low. The bike can't hang, it can only do so much. It fell out of its sweet spot and you stalled the motor. So that is why it's so important to master that clutch control, guys, and just practice stopping, boom, clutch down. That was what I did to learn. I'll try to get a straight line going here and demonstrate a little better. So when I was learning back in the day here on how to really properly use the clutch, what I would do is I would sit in a straight line. I would just go seat standard. So I already could, you know, idle wheelie at this point. I had some control with my wheelies. This all comes with time, guys. You can't just go and do this stuff first day. I would go seat standard and I would just tap the ground, boom, and I would go clutch brake like that. I would just go clutch brake, boom, tap the ground, and just practice slowing that bike down, getting it to stop on its own, that full getting that full stop to where the bike goes 12 o'clock, you stall it for a second, bring your wheelie down, let out the clutch and keep going. Learning that motion, that letting out the clutch and going back out into a wheelie, that is gonna be absolutely huge, huge, huge in your guys' progression. So learn that. Like I said, the way I did it, I would just go straight line and I would just clutch it up and I would go all the way back, touch the ground, grab the clutch brake and just get the wheelie to just do what that just did. Just go boom, get it to drop down and practice just rolling out of wheelies like that. Because then when you take that into a circle like I just did, and all of a sudden you're going, oh man, I want to change directions, you can just grab the clutch brake, stall it out a little bit. Now I'm going back straight, dip it back, do some circles. My clutch is, ooh, it's getting slow, bam. So you practice that up, down, letting out the clutch, letting out the brake at the same time, getting it all going. I mean, look at it right now, I'm just cruising. Look at this idle pull, going right-handed. This bike is just driving. This thing just literally wheelies itself. I mean, look at this thing. Grab a little, oh, see, I had to pull in the clutch, kind of save myself. This clutch is your safety lever, guys. This thing is your on-off switch for your wheelies. You're gonna get double your braking power when you're stalling the engine out, and it's gonna help you keep it in that sweet spot. So learn how to feather the clutch, learn that clutch control, and that's gonna help your circle wheelies. It's gonna help your straight line game. It's gonna help your combo game. The clutch is everything. Clutch, 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 clutch. To conclude this video, I think that was a pretty good one. You guys let me know in the comments what you think. Just basically, I'm gonna turn my idle down so you guys can hear me a little better. Practice that clutch control, guys. Get that clutch dialed in. Practice slipping it in the wheelies a little bit. You don't want to be, you know, you'll feel it. It takes time. There's a very fine line. If you'll see, I ride with a little bit of play in my lever. That allows me to be able to pull on the lever before the clutch actually engages. So you're gonna want to find your sweet spot, get your levers dialed in, and just practice that clutch control, guys. I'm gonna jump in and do a couple more technical wheelies here, and you guys just watch my left hand and just watch this finger, how much it's moving.
That's what she said.
During all of this that I'm about to do, I'm gonna go do like a death spin, you know, a couple tricks. Turn my idle back up. So I start to sit down, go straight to 12. In that clutch control, learn how to feather it. Let's see if we can get a couple technical wheelies here, a little better action. Let's go crank into a nice death spin so we're going fast. Whoa, paint line slippery as shit. That almost got me. Gotta watch the fire paint lines. Alright, let's try this again. We're gonna spin this thing nice and wide. So you'll watch, I'm gonna go clutch brake at the same time to initiate this death spin. Clutch brake in. But everything, all these little stops. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you liked it. It's my first time making a little how-to video here at the stunt lot, so give me some comments, drop some feedback, even if it's not good feedback. No, there's no such thing as a bad critic. We're gonna try to get some more of these videos. Drop a comment, let me know what tricks you want me to do in the next video, what techniques you want me to go over, whether it's bike setup, you know, more how-to videos, something in particular. Just let me know what you guys want to see.